We've had a huge increase in materials, basically because of the high increase in the cost of paper and the high increase in cost of film. Just as an example, we have just gotten a new shipment of music books in just yesterday. And in March of this past year, we paid $7.92 for that particular book. Today, we're paying $9.18 for that book. Boys Life magazine, for example, we have seen a 33% increase in the last 3 years. We paid $9 for a 3-year subscription back in '78, and we're paid last year $12 subscription. We're also finding that our jobbers are telling us that we can expect a 15% increase yearly at a minimum on magazines. Investigating Mathematics, another adopted textbook that we use with our children, was costing us $6.80. Today we're paying $9.12 for the same book. Another math book, Mathematics Around Us, another adopted one, we were paying $4.80, and today we're paying $6.39.
$6.39? In 1979, the book cost $4.80. In 1981, it was $6.39, a 20% increase in 2 years. Lest you think things are getting better, this year the schools are paying $9.40, a 95% increase in 4 years.
What we have to do is to organize in such a way
Dr. Peter
that
Hroshek is the new school superintendent.
by the administration can be
He has to face these
spread out
problems.
by the people that will be here. And I've found the people that work here to be very competent. They're all very experienced administrators, and they are very willing to take on additional responsibilities as they've been handed out. There are also very dedicated, and again, as far as I can see, very competent principals in the schools who are part of the administrative council. And I ask of them, and as I've asked of principals where I was superintendent before, to be part of that process of looking at district concerns, not just concerns for their own school. Because what happens in one school affects what happens in every other school, as you well know. So the idea of teamwork and involvement by all administrators to fill in where vacancies have occurred and functions exist has been one of everybody's assuring me and showing me through their actions that they're willing to do that and to help out from the very beginning. And matter of fact, with a great deal of enthusiasm, and that pleases me.
Lewis found that Dr. Hroshek was very pleased with the degree of voluntary effort he's encountered at the kickoff for the door-to-door Levy campaign. It was held a few days ago at a private home. They sold T-shirts, chatted, listened to the band, and developed enthusiasm.
So good. How come I don't have anybody here selling?
Well, the thing of it is, we got this good support from the citizens on this levy. If it weren't for the citizens, we couldn't do this in the summer. They're spreading us too thin.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's no question we have more intensity this time around, which we just never were able to sort of...
People are really getting behind it.
To get going.
That's what makes this community different. It really does.
Here's a community that's already made those kind of decisions and already has supported excellence and good salaries to attract the best people. Why at this exact moment would we be talking about going backward at the point when everybody else has finally recognized what it takes to be a good system?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Lewis's high school principal looked on while he taped the obligatory band and the appropriate remarks afterward.
It's not over until 7:30 on August 2nd, so we've got to get out that vote on August 2nd. Thanks tremendously, and we'll look forward to seeing you all out there on the streets. Thank you.
Shaker is going to keep the reputation that it should have. It can't be any other way, and that's because all of you are here to help out. Thanks again, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
Just thinking about our Shaker, it's terrific. Schools make us proud to belong. When we think of the sports and art and music, computers and special students need, the sun will come out in Shaker. Let's remember that we've got to make her stay the same. Oh Shaker, we're proud of you, Shaker, our national claim to fame. Oh Shaker, we're proud of you, Shaker, there's character in your name.
Louis, you've had an interesting time preparing these programs. What possessed you to do this?
Possessed me. I really felt like the school system has provided so much for me, and I felt like I could do something that could really help the Levy campaign, and I could help somehow make the Levy win. And I know that what I do reaches a large amount of people, so I thought that by producing TV shows, I could reach a large amount of people and provide information, hopefully have some kind of effect on the outcome of the Levy.
Lewis's program will be on Channel 27 here on Viacom at 7 p.m. on August 1st. Give him a call. Disasters happen like this. A rapid car has collided with an automobile. Help is rushed to the scene. The injured are attended to. Lists of priorities are fulfilled. And Shaker Heights High School youngsters helped.
Doing here? This is a mock disaster. This is an experiment to be done in order to see if the area can accommodate a disaster.
What have you done in preparation for this day?
We came here, we got our assignments, and we got all our injuries put on ourselves, and we were told how to act during the course of the injury.
What do you think you can gain from this experience?
Well, just for us, we're getting government hours, and the paramedics and all around the city will gain from this because they have to see if they can accommodate one, if this should happen at some time.
I have to pretend like I have electrical burns on my arm.
Are those what your injuries are?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be just all the way up my arm. I'm supposed to have burns.
And your injuries are?
I'm going to be a pregnant lady with leg pains and very concerned about losing my baby, so I have to act like I'm screaming, going into hysteria about losing my baby.
Are you excited about today?
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty.
We were psyched all night.
Yeah.
What do you hope to learn from this experience?
Well, we can better understand what it's like to accommodate to a disaster, especially for hospitals.
And not to believe our principal saying that there'd be a helicopter here. We wanted the helicopter.
That looks more real.
Don't look into what?
That one there, okay. Sort of push it down every now and then. Okay. Real severe traumatic condition because they're going to probably have to take him in first to the hospital to be taken care of because the burns, they don't know how intensive they are. He could go into shock and die on, so they have to take care of him.
What are some of the other injuries that have been?
Oh, we've got broken legs, eye injuries, lots of burns because of the type of the accident. There would be a lot of burns and glass embedded in some of the wounds. So that's why, they have to check and see. Sometimes an injury doesn't look like much until they start working on them, and then they find out out that they're in shock and things like that, then they have to be taken care of.
Okay. In a situation such as this, how do the doctors decide who exactly will be treated first?
They go along and they do what they call triage. They have doctors and nurses on the scene. They come out and they take the people and they look, the doctors and nurses and the fire department, they will tag the victims as to whether or not they're serious, less serious, and so forth. Then they have a certain area set up which is triage. That is when they take and put them in the area so that when the paramedics or fire department, ambulance, rescue squad come to get them, they'll know in which areas are the most serious and which are the less serious, which ones have to go to the hospital first.
And for the people that we have here today, which injuries would be the most serious and which would be the...
Well, burns is very severe, all right? Broken legs, broken arms, and things like that is bad, but it's not a life-death situation unless it's cutting an artery. So mostly the burns are very severe because that's when they go into shock. They watch for severe head injuries and, of course, severe bleeding. And heart attacks and cardiac arrest, they have to watch that, too.
I'm down here by the bridge, right by this embankment. We're going to load you on one side, then you're going to pull the car around. We're going to set it up, each person in their special seats, you know, to make sure you guys know what to do.
Set up DWI right at the hospital. Don't come to the scene.
Okay, I'll tell her.
That's right.
We're just going to have a wire down.
And she just told me to watch for anyone touching the car. If anybody touches the car,
They're going to be down.
they're down, so they're a victim. Okay?
Yeah. 2 in the car that are traumatic, a burn, chest injury. And in the train we have a heart attack victim, a chest injury, and I think 3 femur fractures. Outside of the train we have a traumatic asphyxia and 2 burn victims. That's 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Have to be about 10.
That's about typical. You think that'd be about...
Yeah,
what do you
10
think?
top priority cases.
Okay, you guys are going to Brentwood. Brentwood? Okay. This guy a red tag?
Yes, red tag.
There's a red
Let's
tag.
just put it right on there.
Set him
They got
down, Joe, till we get another squad. I don't know who put him there.
There's another one.
It took about 5 minutes to get here, and the whole time everybody's screaming, and you get a big headache from that, and then you have to fake your injuries. But it's been fun.
Do you realize anything that could be done better to improve the system?
No, they're pretty efficient.
How many people were you prepared to handle, do you think?
Given our current staffing pattern, we could handle probably 25.
How many of those severely injured?
60 to CMed were complete.
Severe injuries, probably no more than 5 to 10.
Eventually, Suburban Community Hospital got 5 victims. Oh well, it is a drill, and it was just for practice.
I was
was in the rapid, and all of a sudden we hit a car, and I didn't know what was happening, and people started screaming all around me, and there was blood, and one boy's eyeball fell out.
Were you satisfied with what went on today?
Well, there were some hang-ups and some errors, and if there hadn't been, why, we'd have really been wasting our time. But the fact that there were some means that we will learn some things and hopefully be able to do a better job in the real situation.
If you see someone like this at Thornton Park, don't be alarmed. It's just the Shaker Heights Library coming to you. A new summer program. The library, on hot summer weekends, will be distributing books at the pool. They come in a plastic bag. You'll return them to one of the regular libraries. But it sure is fun to pick up a book at the pool. Thanks for watching Shaker Life. I'm Douglas Drake. Shaker Life welcomes your programming suggestions. If you have ideas for programs, please let us know. And also, if you'd like to participate in originating local access programming, let us know that too. Just write to Douglas Drake, Cable TV Coordinator, City of Shaker Heights, City Hall, 3400 Lee Road, Shaker Heights, Ohio 44120.